let's shift the conversation a little bit, because I want to talk to you about coffee.
Okay.
Because and this isn't. I don't think it's going too far. I don't think it's going too far off the track because it enters into your story about like 14 years ago, and so I'm actually kind of curious, like how that thread intertwines, because everything that we've talked about is is pastoral ministry, building masculine community, family, redemption, brotherhood, all these different things, and they all kind of manifest in what is it? What do we do? Like, what do we do? What do we do professionally? What do we give our time to? What do we give when we've built a family, we've built a community around us, and we have a church to go to? There's still the question of, I've got these two hands. What do I do? What do I do with them? And that's holy to
Mm-hmm.
create prosperity for myself. What's generative, to go back to a word that I had said earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should seek to do something, and that I think the Lord has given us the responsibility and opportunity to be able to do those things. That we don't just retreat into our homes or into our churches and just stay tucked away and safe there. That so one aspect of it is in relation to me starting up Reformation Coffee. It was very much birthed out of a hobby and a passion for coffee, and I could talk about that here in a minute. But then it really grew into as I was encouraged and learning about the need for building, like as the Christendom conversation really began to build over the past couple of years, and coming to an understanding of what my role could be in that, in terms of building a Christian institution or establishment in the form of a business that can honor the Lord and offer, whether it's goods and services or support of some sort. Like for me, it is a good, a product, but that, I can do that, and it provides a means for other Christians to have an alternative to all of the other options out there that are going in the opposite direction, that hate the things that God loves and that love the things that God hates, and who profane the name of Christ. And because I think that all of the world belongs to Christ and he's the king of all of it, then everything that we do in this life ought to be done to bring honor and glory to his name, and to put forth his gospel message. And so that's certainly one really big part of what we do as Reformation Coffee. Like I said, it was born out of a hobby and a passion. I did start roasting it's been really kind of probably 15 years ago now, where I just loved coffee and I wanted better coffee. And I've said before that the specialty coffee scene didn't really exist all that much 15 years ago. I mean, it was here and there, but not like it is today. You had Starbucks, and I knew even back then that I didn't want that, because contrary to what some people might think, like Starbucks just isn't good coffee, and it never has been. They have a very successful business model, and so I give them credit for that, but that doesn't equate to quality coffee. And part of that successful business model has been convincing people that it's good coffee. And so,
does anyone really think that?
Yeah, I encountered it just maybe a week or two ago when I was encouraging people to stop buying from Starbucks, and someone told me that it's just better than others. Yeah. The gears,
inappropriate.
The gears in my head started to seize up, and I'm like, I don't understand these words that are coming out of your mouth.
That's when it's appropriate to use the club of knowledge on somebody. I think that's actually okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. And so no, you're good, man. So yeah, my desire was just to have a better coffee, and so I just sought to learn and began teaching myself and making mistakes along the way. And over the years, my ability and my methods continued to improve. And so then it just turned into and you've heard this story, but it turned into just kind of a small hobby business for friends and family, coworkers, church members, things like that. And then we got the idea that we can and probably should seek to really make something out of this and to push back against all of the woke, you know, worldly, pagan, affirming, all the things that you see in companies like Starbucks and Black Rifle and all of the others. And so our desire
Mm-hmm.
was to start a business that put forth a quality product in coffee and also customer service, but that ultimately um, glorified the Lord and built into our understanding of building into Christendom and creating generational wealth and being able to build into a more localized Christian economy. I mean, certainly that spreads out further, but many of the people, all of the people in my church see Reformation Coffee as really, in an unofficial sense, as kind of a part of what we do a part of my role within Coram Deo, that it's, um, I'm seeking to build this thing that is attached to this other thing that I'm, like the two of the institutions that I'm seeking to build, which is Coram Deo, Reformed Baptist Church, and Reformation Coffee. Like they're tethered together.